Ekaro, my brother. Abu boy, a boss is here, I laugh at you to the ile, to the household, to the family, you know. You just run through my mind, boy, my brother, but I just let me hear you know, see how everything going with you and thing. You know, just hoping all is well, you know what I mean, my brother? Just let me touch vibes with you now, man.
Oh, fingers, Ekaro, Boato. I dey cool, man. I just come to the relaxing, get a little day off. Busy scene, what going on? With the prizes this week.
I tell myself, well, but we could go down my match for your Elofa and, you know, all our vibes together.
I've organized myself because I said, I'm here doing nothing. I could really make that run with you. Here's Clock Sunday. You see the time, 9:30 now. Yeah, with the more organized and come out at a point now. Yeah, I for that.
Ready here, my brother? That's not a problem. You know what I mean? I home. I'm really doing nothing right now. I just was kind of just setting myself so when the time come to go down there, you know what I mean? So yeah, we could go by Baba and get the drum, the Kaisi, we'll go down and play a little music. So I don't know, see when they're ready, just call me when they're reach and we'll go by Baba and collect them drums now.
Alright bro, I'll say no more. I've been on there and organize myself. I'll call you when I reach in Marabella, so you go just you go look out for me now. Caro, Abura boy,
what talk issue you know? Because of all this, you know.
okay, now.
I did?
Yeah, sure.
Love one. All the time. Okay.
So, yes, Pastor Drill.
Yeah, but
I know I ain't calling you, but
yeah.
Baba fingers called me out the house and then say, hey bro, let me go down by Baba Matthew for the Elofa. Yeah, Elofa happening this week now.
Beautiful. Wonderful ceremony.
Yeah, I don't collect them drum and them, but I don't know rice and things.
Serious.
See like we are. They pass up and check here one time before we look there, don't you?
I understand.
Right?
But you know, one of the things about that ritual, I think we should talk about it too.
Alright, Baba, no see. Well, you relax yourself and you take it. I mean, we are time.
So you're
nice,
right?
Respect.
Let's have a seat and discuss it.
Cool.
Let's discuss.
Yeah, Baba.
I'm glad you come up, you know. And tell me, yeah, they get the drums and tell them what I hear about my shit friends and very good now. But you know, with your wisdom and experience, you know, you're going to share with us is a great honor.
I sure.
So I would like to know for the understanding to know what you're really going to.
Exactly.
You could have that clearance to know. Good. And within the tradition and the role of what is taking place, and you could have a better understanding of what it is really about.
What you're entering into.
Yes.
What you're going to be part of. But in actuality, you're going to be part of a ritual that span centuries. You know, our foreparents did this particular ritual. It was not just for us, it was for the neighborhood. So when we say we're keeping an Elufa feast, I mean, this is what the elders passed on to me, and this is what I can pass on. It is not just for Ọbàtálá, because we know Ọbàtálá don't really take blood, per se. It is for all who are part of the tradition and those who are not part of the tradition. Because when the bull is slaughtered, we give the meat to the area. So it's a way to share, you know, again, all four parents were not very wealthy. So it was by divine order through a manifestation of this particular energy we call Ọbàtálá, who said we have to do it every 4 years, because in 4 years it's either we're mindable for ourselves or we will have enough money to buy it, because we were not very wealthy. But because we had that love, and we still have that love for the tradition, we continue with the same vibration up to this day. It's just a few yards actually that did it. You know, you would like to know some of the yards?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Okay. You ever heard about Papa Niza? Okay. Pa Niza was one of the people who did this particular ceremony. Mother Ver.
Mother from up
Belmont,
the hill,
yeah.
up the hill, right, yeah.
Up the hill. Isaac John Lindsay. Isaac's mother, oh, you know, her name just slipped me. It slips me sometimes. Madu Good. Ia Rodney. And Ia Rodney also did another ceremony where she used to kill, where she used to actually slaughter a female cow for a heifer for Onile or Mama Leta. She used to do one every 4 years as well. So it's not as complex as they make it sound. But the most important part of it is the respect for the energy of Ọbàtálá. The respect for all Orisha. Knowing that Ọbàtálá is the Orisha that molded our Ori. Knowing that Ọbàtálá is our father. So, because of slavery and what our foreparents been through, they associate, now this is by association, it's not the same energy, but they will say Ọbàtálá is God the Father. They will say Ọbalùfòn is God the Son, and Elofa is God the Holy Spirit, based on a religious law, because they had to do it. Right. It is not the same energy. The three of them actually is the same vibration. Right. But because of what transpired then, they couldn't practice openly. So they were correct, because Olódùmarè does not have children. Ọbàtálá is the Orisha who molded our heads. So that's one of the reasons why they associate Ọbàtálá with God the Father, meaning like the supreme creator. Elufa, Bullofa, the Son, and then the Holy Spirit.
True, like the syncretism process.
Syncretism process. In order for the culture to survive, in order for the culture to stay, they had to do that. Even as we know, they call Ogun St. Michael and Yeshu. Well, you know what they said about Yeshu. But it was based on the fact that they could not practice openly. So, if you notice, when we are doing this particular ceremony, we will sell ribbons. And each ribbon, well, it would not be the same color. So it will have red ribbons, it will have green ribbons, it will have blue ribbons, brown ribbons. Long ago in Trinidad and Tobago, there was a different type of order. So if you're a Papa Niza person, they will say she or he is a Papa Niza rites, right? Because Papa Niza did all the sembere and all the washing of the hair, the disowning of the head, and all the different rituals to be proven, maybe a manifesting body or a drummer. They will identify which Orisha you came with. So they will say, this person is a Shango person, not just by intuition, but they will do it based on the fact that they will ask the Orisha, is this your child? Or sometimes through manifestation, the manifestation will say, this is my child. Right. Because we know the manifestations were extremely sung long ago. So when the ritual is going on, the ribbons that are for sale, if you're a Shango person, you'll buy a red ribbon and you will tie it as a respect for the energy of Ọbàtálá. Again, we know Ọbàtálá doesn't take the blood, but you will give, if you're a Monja person, you will buy a blue ribbon. If you're Ọbàtálá person, you'll buy a white ribbon. You're Onile, you'll buy a brown ribbon. Or Sayin, you'll buy a yellow ribbon. You know, we in Trinidad used to really put the emphasis on pink for Oshun, based on, again, St. Philomene. So you'll buy a pink ribbon because they know you're a Oshun person or so. So those are some of the things that, you know, we do when this ritual is going on. I'm asking some questions, man. Ask me some questions.
So clean up with the understanding of the kind of the ribbon that based on the vibration and energy. Because as I understand, as they explain, you know, the colors represent the vibration of the different energies.
Yeah.
But I also watch within the rituals where they bathe the animal and then they proceed with a procession.
Yeah,
you know.
you're beautiful.
I would like, you know, to understand well the reason for the bathing of the animal and then why you walk the animal through the community.
All right. The reason why we will bathe the animal. Now, again, in times gone by, when you're keeping the Elufa, that particular ceremony every 4 years, one must prepare not just the animal but self. There was a lot of fasting and praying and, you know, keeping a particular order. The reason why they bathe the animals, sometimes people do 1 bull, sometimes people do 2, sometimes people do 3, right? The reason for bathing the animal, it is to show respect for all life. It is the last bath it's going to take before it is slaughtered. But not only that, whatever connection that one had with the bull, you know, maybe you see it and you really like it, and you prefer it not die, you know, you don't want that vibration. So you want to clear the vibration of the animal, clear the vibration, send what have to go to the road. Whatever energies of the road, wherever vibration, it stay there. So you're bringing the animal back into the yard fresh, clean and ready.
With the correct ashe.
With the correct vibrations. With a lot of, I mean, when we're doing this particular ceremony, one could be of whatever religious persuasion, whatever religious law, we will still allow them to pray, because Ọbàtálá is the father for everybody. You know, it's not just our father, he's the father for everybody. So he's the one who molded all Oris. So if one decided to become a Christian or one decided to become a Muslim, and you're in this space, they will allow you to pray, based on the fact that we know the energy and the vibration that we are dealing with at that particular time.
Why the bull though? Have any
Beautiful.
other animals, say back then or present now, that we would offer to that particular energy?
One of the reasons why we used the bull based on the fact that, one, we get more meat from it, right? Right, we can get more meat from it to share to the community, and 2, it's very close to humans in terms of a female cow will carry her young for 9 months. We can't deny that most religious, or I shouldn't even use the word religion, most laws of spirituality, ancient laws, human sacrifices were made. Yeah? And that doesn't exclude us. Even in the early 1900s, if a Oni died, the Bebeku had to go with him. He had to die too. So the Bebeku will now, if the Oni is dressing in something beautiful, he will dress in something beautiful too. Right? But that was abolished. So I'm not saying that we did that based on we doing human sacrifices. But again, we can't exclude ourselves from it because we heard of times in the past where that happened, not in Trinidad and Tobago, but back in the motherland. So we look for an animal that she carried her young ones, for the baby for 9 months. Right. So instead of us using a human, we use the bull as one of the major part of that offering.
Baba, would you say Elofa is unique to Trinidad? Because I mean, even in my little time, doing research, as you would know I would do, especially for the cultural part of it. I haven't seen or heard of anywhere in the world that would do this particular bull offering. I mean, you hear about different sacrifice, different blood offerings.
Yes.
But in terms of the bull and doing it every leap year. And I don't know if you know.
Yes. A matter of fact, it is unique to Trinidad and Tobago. It's unique as Osai manifesting in Trinidad. We would not hear in other countries that practice or the same tradition of Osai manifesting. They will watch Osai as herbs. But we were fortunate enough for Osai to manifest and tell us what to do and teach us. So yes, it is unique, very unique to Trinidad. There are a lot of ceremonies that are similar, like for Olúfón, even in voodoo, there are similar ceremonies that is done, but it's not the same. It's unique to Trinidad and Tobago. I don't think the Yorubas even know about it as much as we do. I think it morphed into this based on what we experienced, our experience in Trinidad. And so it is unique, and it is not just unique, it's beautiful.
I also observed that they dressed up the cow.
Yes.
Where they put white clothes on their back.
Yeah.
Walking through the community,
Yes.
Sometimes I ask, well, why do you have to dress the cow if you're going and die?
Why are you dressing him up?
Why you have to dress on?
It's based on final rites. It's based on respect again for the energies that be, or the energy that be. As I said earlier on, we prepare the animal for a particular reason. But if you realize we didn't dress it in red and white, we'll dress it in white. Purity. We want this animal, we are saying to the world, this is a pure animal. Why we walk it through the community, it is because it is for the community. It's not just for us. So, long ago, they used to make the stations at the cross, a matter of fact. The distance that they walk, they will stop a particular distance and pray, and then they will stop again and pray again, then they will pray again. So it is not just for the yard. We need to remember that before all religions started to infiltrate, I don't want to make it sound this way, but it is exactly this what happened. Before other religions started to infiltrate our villages, the people who were in charge of the villages were the Orisha people. So if your belly hurts you, you're run by Ma, you're run by Pa. If a woman is getting problems to make a baby, she run by Ma, she run by Pa. A child born, that is they're carrying that child to offer up in the yard. So it was a community effort. It is saying to Ọbàtálá, it is saying to the energies, listen, we are in charge of this area, and we just don't want our own space to be cleared. We want the entire village to be cleared. So that's the reason why they walk the animal. It's not, and we also do it for Shango as well. Because we need Ọbàtálá's calmness, right? Ọbàtálá, as we know, is like the moral fabric that binds this universe together. But we do it for Shango as well, because we know Shango is fire. We need our villages to be protected. So we will also walk the sheep for Shango and dress it up as well. So the dress up, or the putting on the clothes of the, or as Yellows used to call it, putting on the clothes of the animal. Putting the clothes on was to show solidarity, show respect and know this is the Orisha that we are going to. Yeah.
About that energy does manifest. I think, if I remember, when I was younger, coming to Elofa right by
Yes,
you.
yes.
My sister.
Yes, of course.
Manifestation. I mean,
we can talk about this. You make my pause.
I was outside.
Yes, you were.
Sister again manifestation.
Yes.
What the offering done.
Yeah.
I've been honest, I was young at the point in time.
Yes.
I didn't take it seriously until they say everybody come inside.
That
particular, is it Ọbàtálá manifesting, or is it the energy in the form of Elofa?
Manifesting.
Does this energy manifest?
Ọbàtálá.
Because as you know, Trinidad, again, similar to what you said about our sign.
Yes.
We depended on
of course.
In the absence of Opele and Ikin and consulting Ifa.
Yes.
So that energy manifests.
Yes, it does. A matter of fact, just a little piece of what transpired that year. I can remember it vividly. Your sister was maybe about 140 pounds at that time, or about 140?
Yeah,
let me say 135.
Yeah.
And she will feeling like she was weighing like about 500 pounds. She actually felt heavy as lead. What secrets the energy said while I was under the cloud of Ọbàtálá, I cannot speak of. But the energy also said something that resonates with me up to this day, where the energy made it abundantly clear that changes are going to happen, and one needs to brace for the change because it's going to be rough. And I'm seeing it now. That same year, Ọbàtálá also came on my mother. So Ọbàtálá possessed the ability to manifest. Yes, of course. When I saw it, you were very young. She was very young as well.
Yeah.
And that is where the beauty of the culture takes a whole different, a different place in the minds of other people. The beauty of this culture. Let me tell you why. At that time, she was virgin, young, and it is said that Ọbàtálá comes on the elders or one who is a virgin. That is the culture in Trinidad. I can't say if it happens in Yoruba land because Ọbàtálá also manifests on plenty of the Yorubas. But in Trinidad here, we saw, the beauty of this particular ritual. That year it was wonderful. She felt like she was weighing about 500 pounds. Even when the energy was talking, it was talking like, like with an echo, like you're hearing it far away, like somebody talking through the clouds. It was beautiful.
I remember that.
You remember that?
But my concept is the reason for covering the energy. They took a white cloth and, only certain people could have
gone under. That's a
energy.
wonderful question. One of the reasons for that, the only way we could appreciate light is in darkness. Yeah? Ọbàtálá operates in darkness and secrecy. To be the molder of our EOOI, you have to always be focused. There are even stories that he was not focused, and that's how children who deformed and so on. So, Ọbàtálá operates in darkness, as we know. Our mother's womb is darkness. So by going back there, under the covering of the white cloth, it's like going back into that womb, having a conversation with the energy a personal conversation with the energy that is responsible for the molding of your EOOI. What a fantastic, glorious thing to know that you are now having a conversation with the energy that molded your EOOI. So that's the reason why they cover. When Ọbàtálá comes, he will stay covered based on the fact that he operates in darkness. As again, the only way we can appreciate light is in darkness. Yeah?
So I even remember that year, I think what make me run outside is when I see that sacrifice the animal, but they put the head in a base, was in a big white basin.
Yeah.
They started to dance with it.
Yes.
And whatnot. But I think that is when I end up leaving and go outside until everything was finished.
Yes.
But I mean, I know through doing different ebo for the different divinities, we would usually, for example, if you offer a goat, we would place the head. But in terms of the dance, it was the first time I actually see dancing with the head, with a cow head, well, a bull head. Any significance in relation to dancing with the head? And I mean, was yourself?
Yes.
Was Marty ceased?
Yes. They bring back memories here. Wonderful memories though. It's jubilation. It is showing again solidarity. Again, we have to remember that it is not all roads lead to the same place. It is the same thing with that particular ritual. It is not everybody who will get it to do. We call just a few names who got that particular ritual to do. So it's just jubilation. Again, the dance, when Orisha dance is not just a dance. When we dance in our palais, and we turn around and we spin around, it's to clear our vibrations, fill ourselves with more oxygenated, oxygenate our blood. So when she was moving around, or when they dance around and move around with it, and it is a way to show we are happy for what just transpired. It was successful. So it's just jubilation. Yeah.
Within the different years, not everyone they have this responsibility of doing this every 4 years.
No.
So if one does not align self and not within destiny are doing this, what will transpire if they choose to?
They could die. I've been as blunt as I could be, They could die. They could actually die. You see, one of the things about that particular ritual, it must be given. It's not you can take up. It must be given. A matter of fact, before we see the 4 foot walking, the head of the bull was used for maybe 4 years, or 4 or 3 leap years. So they will just buy the head of a bull and they will offer it to Ẹlufa. They will offer it and then ask if next year, and if I get a no, then you can't do it. If you get yes, then you could do it. So when we see it reach to the point where we are having a live animal, no, that person was tested for maybe 8 years before, 16 years before, who knows? Before it reached to that point where they have to do it, to do that particular ritual. But just picking up that ritual and doing it, it could cost your life. Yeah. It could actually cost your life. The sanctity, the seriousness of it could cost you your existence.
Baba, what I want to find out, I see where there's dance with the bullhead and
jubilation.
What is the ritual being done after that process with this bull?
Very good. Wonderful question. Much people don't know what is done with the head after. What is the purpose of the head? And it's a wonderful question. The head is prepared in a particular way. You have to boil the head and, with spices and no salt, absolutely no salt. And then the head will, the meat will start falling off and so on. And then after that is completed, you have to carry it back, to the altar, to the altar. And you will get everybody who participated in the ritual, all the members, even if a neighbor wants to come, and then you will pray again, showing thanks. Because our culture, as we understand it, is based on one magical word. And that magical word, I want you to guess it for me. You can guess that word? Giving thanks.
Gratitude.
Gratitude is what takes us to a different altitude. So after the neighborhood get the whole animal, they will get everything from it. The head is prepared in a particular way where you'll put it to boil, you will clean it. You have to clean the hair off of it. And then you will put it to boil. You'll remove the horns. If the bull has horns, you'll remove the horns. And you will put that in a particular spot. And then the rest of the head now, the clean head, you will boil it, for hours. Adding spices and bay leaf and clove and then you will carry the head back to the altar and pray again, because that is to complete. Anything that has a beginning must have an ending. So that is to complete the ritual. And then questions must be asked then, was it accepted?
So for this particular, like how we traditionally would do
offering food, yes.
We just put on that as cooked before offering food. I just can't remember. I can't remember. They don't do it like that.
No, it's not. Yeah. A matter of fact, it is hardly anything that remains.
Share.
It's share. You share. When an elder see all the meat gone, they're happy. To see all the meat gone. They know that everybody, what started to happen in particular villages, now people will not take the meat. Because, as quote unquote, that is obia, right? So, I don't want no part of that and whatever. But long ago, people were happy. They seen people lines waiting for the piece of beef. So the head is what they prepare and carry it back to the altar. Yeah?
The title Elofa, Elofa. Where that stem from? From my little research and asking questions and things, got the understanding that Ọbàtálá once ruled or controlled a city called Olúfón. Still existing in West Africa.
In West Africa,
today.
yeah.
So is it associated with that? Is it associated with anything? Because again, in no other part of the world, or in part of the diaspora, you hear the term Elofa. You hear that term. I haven't even know.
It's true. It's a question that was asked. I even asked my Oluwo, if I hear me, Elebubo, the word Elufa. And what he said is what he also disseminated at that time, where the word Elufa exists, but they were saying that is like one of Ọbàtálá's sons. It's not Ọbàtálá himself, but one of his sons, or one of his many manifestations back here, right? Because we are the manifestations of our ancestors. So yes, that is what was said then. But if we listen to one of the chants, Elufa makasa ye Elofa makasa ye haladoru mole amame ikoko. Elufa makasa ye. Aye, earth we're talking about, right? Aye. So he's the one that is responsible for us being on Aye. Yeah? So Elufa, some of the elders say that is the bull. That is the offering is the Elufa. Yeah? Some elders will say that. But with further research, it is a particular space that he came from that was called that. And that is basically what transpired then. And plenty of the elders, some of the information they kept. They did not say why, but that is what I know it to be. The place that he came from and they say that's one of the names of his son. So, like Ọbalùfòn, we know that, right? We understand that name, but Ẹlufa is not widely known. You know, it's like we're talking about a particular person or a particular name that is not familiar with us. We may be familiar with Shango Ogun, this one, you know, Orishas that we know, but there are other Orishas that we don't know, right? So, like, yeah, well, basically that is what it is. It is a case of not us being in suspended animation, but the elders then had a better connection with the energies because of sufferation. Let's face it, right? They had a much better connection because of the sufferation that they went through. Having to leave your pally and go in the bush and keep your feast, and the police officers come in and burst your drums and chop down the flag and whatever. So it is of my opinion that particular vibrations came to them and it just became a mystical law. You know, it became a mystical law, and it is like we using palm oil now. We didn't know about palm oil before, right? So it's just a mystical law that came from them. I don't think Elofa is the name of the bull, though, you know? No.
And they don't know association, I know elephant.
Well,
Yeah,
mention the elephant. Well, it's the white elephant is an albino, right? The white elephant is an albino, right? Again, associated with who? Ọbàtálá. Yeah? So that's the reason why the correlation, they say, well, you know, Ọbàtálá, the white elephant, the strength of the elephant, and so on. But yes, there are rituals that even the initiation for Ọbàtálá, you will use the tooth of the elephant. So there is some connection with the albino elephant and Ọbàtálá. Yeah, man.
Baba, you coming down in the Elofa? Ask me, is only one thing that's rolling.
True. You know, I would like to go because, you know, Baba Matthew is one of the few people now who doing the ritual, but it's never an easy day here. I know all they come up here to collect the drums, and I would like to go down, but it would be tough for me to leave because I'm expecting some people to come and check me.
Baba, I regret coming up for them drums because
Yeah, man.
it's an honor to, you know, get that knowledge and wisdom and secret
I show.
in the tradition of Ọbàtálá, and the understanding where, you know, I could go with a surety and knowing what I am going into.
Of course.
And what it is really about.
Of course.
And it's a great pleasure having you teach us and guide us within the understanding of your wisdom, Baba.
Absolutely not a problem at all. You know, nothing happens by circumstance. Just had to happen today. You know, for the information, you know, that was granted to go to our next generation. You know, we can't die with the information that we know. Then what's the purpose of we existing? You know, we have to pass the information on so our next generation will be able to say, listen, I know why this is done, or just in case, you know, somebody keep envisioning this bull or envisioning this or envisioning that, they will now be in a prime position to ask a question and get an answer.
Sure.
Yeah.
Baba, as brother here, you have been our father for so long.
Yeah,
in terms of
a long time.
teaching us the secrets of our tradition from
Ashe.
since we were young.
Ashe.
You know, expressing the same gratitude. But I have one more question.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really a question, it's a favor.
Tell me.
I want to borrow a heat at I know why.
That's not problem. That is not a problem at all.
I just said, when you come up the road,
Yeah,
I just
get
pick it
chance
up.
to-
I know something else by that white clothes in the car there. So I'll go up and I'll go down the hill and collect it and
All right, good. That is not a
take
problem
one.
at all.
Love and respect and honor all the time.
All the time, all the
Wish you
time.
can roll with me, but you know,
Yeah.
we will ensure that our tradition never die.
Ashe.
We will
Ashe.
ensure our tradition never die, and that you know, the information is passed on, and as we
Ashe.
accumulate that knowledge, we would share that wisdom and understanding with our brothers and sisters.
There's one thing I want to say before you go down and collect the clothes. There's a chant for Ọbàtálá that goes like this. Ọbàtálá ìwọ ló rà mí, ìwọ ikú kì ìpọ́njí ṣe o, ìwọ. Ọbàtálá ìwọ ló rà mí, ìwọ ikú kì ìpọ́njí ṣe o, ìwọ. It is saying that any child of Ọbàtálá will not suffer premature death. You're on the road you go now is Moruga heading, you know. Right? So I just had to chant that to ensure that we'll reach young safely. But you know, you all are the future of this. And we want no problems. Smooth sailing. Good.
Bravo, yeah.
Ọbàtálá ìṣòro ìwòrò yóò fún.